There is a new Better Business Bureau advisory alerting employers to cybersecurity issues that are associated with COVID-19 contact tracing solutions.
Yeah, interest in COVID-19 monitoring is growing as employers are putting in appropriate measures to keep their employees and customers safe and avoid workplace outbreaks. Well, joining us to talk about this is Oregon State Director from the Better Business Bureau, Danielle Kane. Good morning, Danielle.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being on again. Good to see you. So, what information do employees receive upfront about tracking or contact tracing?
So, if an employer is going to implement a contact tracing effort, whether it's like a sophisticated app or technology or something more manual, they need to let their employees know exactly what they're going to be collecting. Off the top, that's usually like name, every date that you're checking in, and then, of course, if you have any symptoms or if you are taking temperatures.
And
Okay.
how long is the data stored? I know that some people have had questions about that.
Yeah, and that is an excellent question. We are not seeing a lot of structure, a lot of uniform from city to city or state to state with any regulatory guidance that says how long the data needs to be stored. Right now, it's stored at least probably 30 days because we're looking at using this to alert public health officials if and when your store or your office has an outbreak. So, I mean, at minimum, you're looking at 4 weeks, but right now it's kind of indefinite. We don't have a structure that says you must delete after X days.
Have you guys heard of employees being reluctant to even participate because they're worried about their information being out there for this unknown amount of time?
Yeah, and that is a privacy concern. And that's an excellent point. You're bringing up data privacy, and that is really the real issue here because this is people's health information, and employees have a right to be wondering who are you giving that to? How are you sharing it? How are you protecting it? Where are you storing it? And to your earlier point, for how long? There's a lot of questions surrounding this still. And so at Better Business Bureau, while we don't have all of the answers because state regulators haven't gone that far yet, these are things employers need to start thinking about as they are already collecting that data.
And so also there's talks about like if using like a mobile phone tracer app. So what permissions does it need and why in order to keep all of this, safe?
Yeah, so some of the more sophisticated technology that is available for contact tracing is going to need permissions like your location. That is the key permission we're talking about here because the more sophisticated apps are going to notify others. If you were to test positive, it's going to notify everybody who came in within 6 feet of you, at least within your office, who has that app as well. And so that's the real permission it needs is it's going to want to geo-track you.
Okay, so then who, again, who all has access to this collected data?
Mhm. So at the employer level, the idea, hopefully, what we hope employers will consider is that only one or two people should have access to this. Typically, that's going to look like at least one HR rep and maybe one other member of leadership. And they're going to be the ones who have access to the data, not as an aggregate, but as the ability to see exactly who had what temperature on what day. So after that, the only people who should have access to it would be public health officials if you needed to release that data if someone came down with the coronavirus.
So yeah, so then the data being used to inform community-wide health decisions, that would just be given to health officials and then they would be the ones to disseminate that, is that right?
Correct. So the idea would be that you wouldn't be giving it to anybody except public health officials, which again needs to be fleshed out further in terms of how long you keep it and when you give it to them and exactly what pieces of the data you share. But you would delete it after that once the public health officials have access to what they need. The issue still, again, is that we're not seeing a lot of uniform across the states. So it's a little bit hard to tell what public health officials are going to need what information and from which employers because we just don't have that structure yet. It's a bit frustrating.
Yeah, okay, some interesting information there. Thank you again, Danielle, for joining us from the Better Business Bureau. And if people want more information about contact tracing and potential scams out there, just go to coin.com. Have a great morning.
Thank you.